Good morning, the honorable judges and all the distinguished audiences. I'm Langit from SMA N2 Kebumen, and today's motion is, this House believes that in post-conflict states, history textbooks should focus on teaching bottom-up historiography rather than top-down historiography. As the opposition, we disagree with this motion. Before that, let me explain this motion. Post-conflict states are countries recovering from conflicts such as civil war, colonialism, or regime change. Bottom-up historiography means teaching history mainly from the perspective of ordinary people and minority groups. Top-down historiography means teaching history mainly through national events, governments, and leaders. So what's the urgency? After conflict, countries are usually divided. Many people still hate each other, the government is often unstable, and society is fragile. At that moment, the biggest priority is rebuilding unity and preventing another conflict. That is why we believe historic textbooks should focus more on top-down historiography first, because countries need a shared national story before focusing on many different group perspectives. Imagine a country like a broken bridge after a storm. Before adding decorations or extra features, people must first rebuild the main structure so everyone can safely cross again. In the same way, post-conflict countries need a strong national foundation first before introducing many different historical narratives. Ladies and gentlemen, we understand the proposition's main argument. They say bottom-up historiography is better because it gives voices to ordinary people and groups that were ignored in traditional history. And yes, we agree that many people were excluded from history before. However, the proposition ignores one very important thing. Post-conflict countries are fragile. The biggest problem after conflict is not only unfair representation, it is keeping the country united. The proposition believes that if every group tells their own story, society will become more fair. But they do not explain what happens if those stories strongly clash with each other. In post-conflict countries, different groups often have completely different memories. One group may see themselves as freedom fighters, one group maybe see them as rebels. If schools mainly focus on these separate narratives, students may become more divided. Instead of learning how to move forward together, they may focus on past anger and blame. And who suffers the most from this? Ordinary citizens. Ordinary citizens, especially young people. Students may grow up learning more about historical hatred than national unity. This brings us to my first argument. Top-down history helps unite the country. In post-conflict states, people often already have different versions of history. One group may think they were heroes, another group may think they were victims. If schools mainly teach bottom-up narratives, students may grow up focusing more on differences more than unity. This can make all tensions return. Top-down historiography helps students create one common understanding about the country, national values, and solidarity. This is important because students need something that connects them together, not something that separates them further. The proposition also assumes that bottom-up narratives are automatically more truthful, but this is not always true. Every group can be biased and emotional. Sometimes, communities that suffered in conflict may teach deep resentment toward other groups. That might be understandable emotionally, but it does not help build the country. This is why top-down historiography is important. It creates one shared national network. It teaches students that despite their difference, they still belong to the same country. The proposition makes top-down history sounds completely negative. But top-down history can also teach peace, democracy, national rebuilding, and cooperation. For my second argument, bottom-up narratives can also be biased. The proposition acts like local minority perspectives are always correct. but every group can have bias. People who experience conflict may teach history emotionally, not objectively. Some communities may only teach their own suffering while blaming others completely. If this becomes the main focus in textbooks, students may feel angry instead. Top down history is not perfect, but it usually goes through national academic standards and government reviews, making it more balanced and consistent. This debate is not whether ordinary people deserve to be heard. They do. But in this post conflict situation, the first priority must be rebuilding unity and preventing future violence. Top down historiography gives countries a shared foundation and a common national identity. Without that foundation, emphasizing many competing narratives too early might divide society even more. And for those reasons, we proudly oppose this motion. Thank you very much.